Apparently, guys in the back, you have the clicker. So I'll just point, I guess, and let you know, Shooter McGavin style. Hi, my name is Aubrie Pagano. I am the founder of Bow and Drape, and I'm really excited to be here. Oh, surprise. Okay, thank you. Really excited to be here in Portland. I'm very honored that I'm coming to speak today about our brand and about some mini case studies in designing UX and CX around this framework of surprise. For those of you who don't know our company, the company is called Bow and Drape, and we design cute custom clothes for women with lots of personality. So Miley Cyrus definitely has lots of personality. We've had a lot of celebrities design their own clothes, and I think what they find really special about it is that you can come onto our site and use sequins and lettering and baubles and all kinds of fun embellishments to make your everyday wardrobe basics really special for you and really talk to you. And so you can see a couple of our customers' designs up here, and I'll get into a little bit more how we help people design those. What I wanted to talk about today is a particular part of our brand and our value system that we've really honed in on and tried to perfect as an early brand, and that's this idea of surprise. So I'm going to define what I mean when I say surprises, and why I think that that's really important as a brand, especially an online brand. Then I'm going to talk about another brand that I think is an example of a guru of surprise. Then I'll come back to talk about a couple examples that are on the website today that we use, and hopefully give you some things to remember and take away. And before I get into this, I have a confession to make for anybody that is Googling us right now. My greatest fear is that I'm in a room of UX experts, and our new website is not responsive yet. So we just launched it, and I am so afraid that I'm going to get like a rotten tomato or like a lettuce from lunch thrown at me. So please don't. I'm so sorry it's not ready. And the site is still really fun, and responsive will be up soon. So, getting back to surprise. What is surprise? Put simply, it's the unexpected. So it's the discrepancy between what is expected and what is observed in reality. So when you think about classic example, someone comes home from work, they expect to just see their apartment. They don't expect to see 30 people popping out with birthday hats shouting happy birthday. Why is that important as humans? As humans, we are actually designed to be delighted by novelty. That's to say, our brains are actually wired to focus our attention on things in our environment that are new or unexpected. And so that's really important when it comes to building a brand, at least in our opinion. It's a simple formula. If people are wired to be unexpected, and find delight in that, then delight means more happy customers, and we're all here because we believe that building delightful experiences for customers means good business. So I'm going to dive right into my first example. It's a company called Johnny Cupcakes. Can I have a raise of hands who've heard of Johnny Cupcakes? Oh wow, okay, decent amount. So Johnny Cupcakes, a cool t-shirt brand from my hometown and from Boston originally. And Johnny has built out of his garage essentially a t-shirt empire building unique quirky t-shirts, and has grown it with relatively minimal marketing dollars. And I've met Johnny several times, have listened to him speak several times, and what he attributes that to is the fact that he's a practical joker and lives that value in his brand. And so I think that he's a great example of somebody who thinks about surprise. Practical jokes are often surprises. And his brand values sort of ooze that into every single fiber of his t-shirts and his layered experience. So I'm going to try and break down his experience a little bit for you guys to show you what I mean. So the first thing is in his actual product. So Johnny has built his brand on limited edition exclusive t-shirts that are really, really fun and funny. And when you talk to philosophers, not to get all academic, but if you talk to philosophers about what their definition of humor is, it's the unexpected in the familiar is a definition of humor. And so when you look at Johnny's t-shirts, and intrinsically in the design of the t-shirts, there's a very unexpectedness to the design. So their signature label is a cupcake and crossbones, like a skull and crossbones, and they cross-collaborate that across many familiar cartoons, motifs, faces, celebrations. So they've done exclusive collaborations with The Simpsons, with the Celtics, with Rocco's Modern Life, with several ideas like that. And those collaborations provide newness for the brand and also have created this sort of rabid fan base that wants to see what they're coming up with next. What's the next design going to be? What's that next collaboration going to be? So they design for it specifically. One of my favorites is for the Wu-Tang tour, when Wu-Tang went back on tour, they designed a Wu-Tang shirt, and you can see how he took his signature design and put it into the Wu-Tang logo. And what is really great too is that they actually designed a secret message into the shirt. And so when you talk to Johnny about it, he actually said, what I wanted to do was when people took their shirt off and were ready to wash it, I wanted them to see a personal message from me. So you could see it says, I don't know if you could read it, but it says, this was one of my first Johnny Cupcake shirt designs brought back for the tour. So what I think this is a really great example of is incorporating design into the product to create a one-on-one communication with a customer. So it's getting to a very personal level with a customer and allowing them to feel like they're discovering it themselves in a very personal space, in a very intimate space, like being in your next to your washer or dryer. So I think he takes a very artful and thoughtful approach to his product design in something as simple as a t-shirt. The next layer of the experience is his packaging. So the next question I have is, who has ever kept their Apple packaging around their house? Yeah, why? Because people don't throw great packaging away. It lives on as its own brand symbol and its own brand representation, and it's a great form of marketing because a friend can come over, see that package and say, wow, where do you get that? What brand is it? It's a great discovery platform. Why is it important for someone online? I think it's especially important for a brand online because it's the first physical, tangible impression that someone has with your brand. It's like your brand's handshake with the customer when they first see you, right? That impression, that first moment is really important. The second is that I think it confers a lot of quality. So we've all had that experience where we get, or at least maybe not all of us, if you get something nice like a suit or a dress online, I only shop online, and it comes in the mail, it's in a cheap poly bag, it's all crumpled up and wrinkly, that thing that you wanted to look so nice doesn't really stand up to the impression that you were hoping for online. It often cannot. So if you have nice packaging, I think it confers the quality and the care in the brand. And then again, I think the third thing is that it's a great way to have the message of the brand live on because people don't throw away good packaging. So a lot of brands are really, really great at this. I wasn't going to go through all of them. I think Rent the Runway does a fantastic job. Trunk Club does a fantastic job. I think Johnny probably does the best job out of anyone that I've seen. When I had to throw this up, when I was looking for images for Johnny Cupcake, you could see one of the groups that came up was packaging. So when you Google image search, his packaging is so magnanimous that it's its sort of own search result. And what you can see here is he's taken a lot of time and investment to make individualized packaging. So these are all for different shirt collection that he's done. Everything from a Chinese takeout box to a pizza box, a cupcake mix, and they're all in the vein of his brand values, which are they're tongue-in-cheek, they're very playful, they play off the idea of a cupcake, and they create an experience for someone actually opening the package. So it's not just about the t-shirt, it's actually about experiencing the product and the unveiling of it. LuxuryDaily.com holds an annual luxury conference in New York. And one of the major trends that they talked about was that the trend is going away from having to being. And so what that really means is it's less about exclusivity as a luxury and more about experiencing things, being a part of it. And so I think, when you think about all those packages, one of the really awesome things about it is that you become a part of that experience. You physically have to lift up, tear off, take apart. That's the great thing about the secret messages in the shirt. You're a part of that product unveiling itself to you. And that's where we think luxury is headed and how we think about designing our experiences for our customer. It's about making them a part of that story. So I'll turn to our brand now. So that's Johnny. Johnny's awesome. And we've taken inspiration from him and a lot of other brands in designing our experiences. So where I'll start with ours is that these are our values, and we very intentionally design all of our customer interactions around these values. So hopefully as I go through a couple of our examples, you'll see these resonant in how we approach our customers. The idea of creating wow moments and embracing fun and allowing our customers to take a lot of pride and ownership in what they do are things that we actively design to as a process. And we think about those as a goal in terms of our metrics on site, in terms of our NPS at checkout, in terms of our NPS when the customer receives the garment. We track to a lot of these things. We actually have a question that we ask our customers when they check out about how much fun did you have on the site. And if the score is low on our index, we go back to the drawing board. So unfortunately, I was going to take you guys through the live site, but I don't have a computer up here, so bear with me. One of the things that we've seen on our site is that the more that we can involve someone in that story and in that creation process of building their own garment, the more engaged they are on the site, the higher conversion and the higher the repeat purchase rate. So we've tracked all those over time. We've been in existence almost 2 years. And so what we've done as a UX funnel is designed specifically to create small guided steps for people to be involved in the creation process. So as you can see on the homepage, all the action goes toward either creating your own or getting started, which leads you down the same path, which is to choose something and start to design it. So what we've done is broken down the steps to creating a garment into these small bite-sized pieces of someone's journey along the way to designing. And what our goal is to lower the barriers as much as possible so that anybody can become a designer. It's not difficult on our site, or we try to make it not difficult. So I'm going to design a sweatshirt. And so then we take someone to, this is like Nike ID, we take them to a configurator, these are called. So we take them to a configurator where there's all different options as far as colors, baubles, embroidery, lettering. And along the way, we show them different options and steps to complete this. Things to call out are what we uncovered is that when we can, again, provide someone a chance to take pride over what they're doing or create ownership over it, the more that they'll create. So what we added into our flow was this idea, this prompt sort of subtly comes up as you're designing that asks you to name it and save it. So that's a type field where you can save the design to your profile. When we introduced that, we found that people created 4x the number of products just by simply introducing the idea that it's not just them designing in this vacuum, that they're actually taking ownership over this product, that they're actually naming it for themselves and that it's theirs, which seems like a subtle nuance. You can also see I don't think I have an arrow for it, but we have a button that says surprise me. So we actually have surprise on our website. And what it does is it randomizes other customers in the community's designs and shows them to you in random order. And eventually will be personalized by the type of design that you're designing so that someone can get inspired. So when someone places an order, now I'm going to go over here to show, I have physical samples to show you guys. We've also thought a lot about our packaging, and this is what we found, one of the ways that our customers engage with us the most is that we ship them, so this is a live experiment. I'm going to try and like reveal this to you guys right now on stage, and this is going to go really well or very terrible. So this is what it comes shipped in. Just looks like a mailing envelope. So when you open it up, you'll receive your garment. So this is the sweatshirt that I just designed, the Fries Not Guys. And what you'll find in it at first is a little surprise. So just like Johnny, we have all kinds of surprises inside of this. One of the great anecdotes from Johnny Cupcakes is when they were first starting out, Johnny would randomly put things inside of his customers' packages. So he would throw a $20 bill inside a package, or a half-eaten Snickers bar, or or like those sort of gag plastic poops he would throw inside there. And to him, it was very authentic to who his customer was. He was like, they like practical jokes, they're tongue-in-cheek, they like humor, they'll love it. And so we too give our customers surprise. We don't give them plastic poop, but we give them these little jewelry cases, and we change them up periodically so that our customers have a novel experience with us every time. This one right now is a custom bone drape nail polish that says, when in doubt, wear red. Our customers are very cheeky. They love cute sayings. So they'll find this inside to show that we care and that we're thinking of them. And then when they open this, let's see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this quickly. We have a very cute tote bag that they can reuse for their groceries. It's waterproof, and it has our branding on it. So again, it's an opportunity for us to give them something unexpected. It's an opportunity for us to have word of mouth marketing, so hopefully they'll carry this around whatever city they're in. And it's an opportunity to create that sort of layered experience where they're a part of unveiling this product to themselves or to their friends or whoever else they're around. Because the thing we want is for them to tell their friends, hey, I got this great sweatshirt. Not only did I make it, but they gave me a reversible tote. They even put a surprise in there. I'm so beyond delighted. And then the thing that I don't have here, or that you're not going to be able to see, the last piece to this is this hang tag. So on our garments we have a hang tag that says, this garment was designed or made with love by blank on blank date. So it actually, we have the seamstress that works on your garment write her name in, and then the date that it was created. And so what we've seen is that that has actually created the most wow moment for our customers. Again, for that exact idea of being versus having. The customer feels so connected to the creation process because the actual seamstress that is somewhere else in the US, whether she's in New York or in Vegas or in Fall River, we have a factory in Fall River, that person's handwriting is right there in front of our customer and is a real tangible sign that it's made with love and care. And we take full advantage. So when we're designing these experiences, we take full advantage of the fact that we're custom, so we can do that. Not every brand can do that. But we think about it in terms of how can we create these novelties, these unexpected experiences that no one else can, that are unique to us, that bring someone into part of the story. So that's the last piece. And what you can see is the proof is in the pudding. We've made bow rings, we've made notebooks, or we've given notebooks, compacts, lipsticks, and our customers post about them online almost as much as they post about the things that we actually give them, that they actually sell. And so what makes us really excited about it is that we can see their love, right back to us, and it achieves what we want, which is we want them to spread the word about us and spread the word that we care and that this is part of our value system. So I think I'll wrap up. Those are some fun examples. Again, I think keeping in mind that the unexpected can create delight for customers, and designing around that is one of our takeaways. The second is engineering the unexpected for your customer. You guys are definitely experts too, so I didn't want to come up here and tell you how to design those experiences. You know your brands better than I could ever, or your companies, or your apps, or your technologies. But thinking about designing and engineering for the unexpected is really important, and it actually doesn't take, especially as a new brand, it does not take a lot of money. We've gotten off the ground. We were self-funded for almost a year. We've taken in series funding, but we've been able to grow near to profitability because of incorporating experiences like these into our marketing efforts and into our core brand DNA. So it takes time and resources, but it doesn't necessarily take a lot of money. Obviously being authentic to who you are. Johnny, as an example, practical joker, I think he lived and breathed that mentality. Us, I think we sort of know, we know who we are, and we manifest those values in the experiences that we engineer. Pay attention to packaging. So the packaging did not fall apart. I think the packaging is really important. Again, as a consumer product, whether you're Apple or whether you're Bow and Drape, it can make a difference to making someone feel a part of that process and creates that virtual handshake for someone to get to know your brand. And then the last thing is allowing customers to become a part of your story. I think the larger theme for us is that, especially in the e-commerce fashion space, it's super crowded. Anybody can create a brand. Anyone can plop a product on a Shopify page, which is awesome in its own right, but also creates a really noisy environment. So I don't think it's enough anymore to just sell your product and hope that people love it. I think that the new luxury is about creating that being versus having moment, and the more that you can involve your customers in the product, in the process, and get them to own your brand, the more affinity they're going to have for your brand over time. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for having me out here. Oh, and one more thing. I have a surprise for you guys. So I have brought from New York a ton of our nail polishes for all the ladies in the audience and all the significant other ladies of all the men in the audience. So come find me after and take one. This is my Oprah moment for you guys. So everyone gets a nail polish.
Right.